So we are back again. We never went anywhere. We just took a recess, right? So it's SportsConvos live again for year 2023. Yes, we test run this during the World Cup, and the accolades, the reviews, the content, the messages that we got were awesome. And we just said, you know what? It's something that has to continue. So we are back. We're making things happen. And just like we always say, we're talking about everything about sport. We are not just professionals, but we are just crazy fans that just like talking about sports that we're crazy about. Today, I have two fans in the building, right? And we'll be having a lot of interesting conversations here. I know in the last 3 weeks, a lot has been happening. And by the time I introduce my guest here, we would now deep dive into those conversations. So let me meet my guests as usual.
Shagun, yeah.
Shagun is back. Shagun, the World Cup man, right?
Yeah. With the winning prediction.
With the winning predictions. Okay. All right. And
Charles, good to be here.
Fantastic. So Charles and Shagun are here today. So we'll be talking about some things that have been happening generally, within the sports circles, but also focusing on football. And the first one that comes to mind is the EPL, one of the most watched football league, is back. A lot of things has been happening. Currently on the table we have Arsenal, the Gunners in the building. On top of it with 47 points. Man City second with 42 points. We have Man U with 39 points, and we have Newcastle with 38 points. So the first question that I'll be hitting here is, come May, when the league comes to an end, will this be the position of these four teams? Will there be surprises? Do you think Arsenal will go all the way? Do you think Man City will, come with those surprises? Do we think Liverpool and Chelsea will still make it to the top four?
Do you start with?
Okay.
No, Shagun.
Shags.
I think it will remain as it is. We might just have the shuffling of the second, third, and fourth. Arsenal has an amazing momentum right now. The players are extremely motivated, and they're putting in the work. And just they don't have so much superstars, but the guys that are playing for them now are putting in the work. I think Man U is the most revived team. Man City will remain in the top four. Newcastle, I think, with their momentum, the way they played Arsenal, they didn't lose to Arsenal, shows that they're not yet to play. They're yet to actually stay at the top four.
Yeah.
Every other team, Liverpool, Chelsea, they are those guys are not consistent in any way. I don't see them making top four.
So you don't see them making top four. So
I think it remains as it is.
So you mean so the four teams currently, the top four in the EPL, we see it will be those same teams, but there might be shuffling. So
yes.
there might be shuffling.
From 2 to 4.
From 2 to 4, there might be shuffling.
Arsenal remains top.
Arsenal remains. It's good to always hear people say Arsenal remains top, but that's not. It's good to hear, especially for my Man U fans. Arsenal remain on top. Yeah. Charles, your thoughts?
I have to be nice. I have several Arsenal stakeholders in my life, so I have to be careful of what I also say.
Okay. Okay.
But it's good to see Arsenal doing the miracle. The miracle is consistent. They've been there for too long, and there's no more child's play.
Unexpectedly.
So we're hoping this miracle continues till May. But give it to them. I think the boys have done well, and their consistency had paid off. And honestly, I think with Arsenal, I always say it's good to have little expectations and enjoy the moment. But for this season, they've been doing well, and I'll be surprised if it remains the same. I think the Premiership has always been known for that league where surprises come up at the 11th hour. So with the comeback of Man City, you might see several comebacks from the remaining two. Will Chelsea come back to be also a miracle? But I think the Premiership is still the unpredictable league where you just can't predict what happens. So I will just enjoy the game and hope Arsenal continues the miracle.
Okay, so you now call the work that currently happens at the Emirates in the Arsenal camp, it's now been defined as miracle. Nobody sees it at work anymore. But but again, in terms of City, City played yesterday. 2 goals down. Tottenham was leading and they came back. 2 goals from Mahrez. Haaland scoring, and who scored their first goal yesterday? Let me remember. I can't remember.
Alvarez.
Yeah, Alvarez, the Argentine, scored the first goal. So with that comeback, right, from the game yesterday, and just I know that you had already made your point, Shegun, but knowing Man City, they would always breathe down your neck till the end of the league. Do you see anything that that would give them that edge that they would come back for the league?
Well, like if Man City can win all their games, Arsenal to win all their games. So I don't see Arsenal failing the way they are playing now, the momentum they have on their side. I don't see them losing that momentum. Man City might keep their momentum up. Arsenal to do the same thing. And I see Man City, if they play even the Liverpool, I don't think they still have games to play. Yeah, they play near those guys. I see Man City dropping points. So I don't think they will topple Arsenal.
Arsenal now. There's that gist that Arsenal needs to.
I think yesterday's game was more of them ensuring they stay away from Man U. Because they had lost to Man U.
Yeah.
So more of them ensuring they stay. Because if they had lost yesterday's game, Man U
had the advantage and they just
well, more of staying second.
Great. So I also hear this. Arsenal has played 18 games. They have 47 points. The question here is if they bag in another 15 wins, that takes them 30. At 87 points, do we say Arsenal carries the day?
Yeah, I think they will.
Yeah, technically they will.
So the conversation here is that it's all done and dusted. Arsenal has got the title. It's now who vies for second, third, and fourth.
Yes.
Is that what we're saying here?
No,
for me.
For Shego, I would love them to. Like I said, and this is the first season your hope is beginning to work for us now. So we used to hope it works out and never did. So this is the first time it's beginning to work out. And I would love the competition I would love the chase for Man City. Yeah, Man City will be a very good team to chase Arsenal. I would love the pressure they will put on Arsenal, and I think it might make them come out or it might break them. So enough of the Liverpool Man City. I think it's like a new dance now, and the Arsenal team. It would be good to see those young boys. I love the team. I love the youthfulness, and if Arsenal wins, like I said, I have several stakeholders in my life. If Arsenal wins. It's good news. So I'm rooting for them.
Okay. So is it a conversation of trainee versus master? My master taught me well. And this is a conversation of Guardiola and Arteta.
Yeah, people have spoken about that. Most of the guys Guardiola trained under Guardiola are doing well in their clubs.
Which is good.
Recent company is doing well for Burnley. Arteta. There's this one more person.
Man U.
I also learned at some point Ten Hag was on
under
Guardiola. So are you saying that Guardiola has gotten that technical know-how to even bring people to replicate himself?
Yeah, because even Xavi in Barca, yes, he could still.
That was the person I'm missing. Xavi.
Back to. I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing for him to also. It's growth. What it means is that we're having new era coaches that we should look up to, and I think that improves the game. Means that the game is also growing. Enough of the era of what's his name? Mourinho and what's his name? Wenger. So I think
Wenger is not more a coach. He's now a technical.
Absolutely.
Let's be clear. He's a technical.
So the Wenger era lasted long.
Yeah, we are talking. No, so you had the Wengers, you had the Fergusons, right? You had the Sam Allardyces, you had the Trapattoni's, you had you had the Arrigo Sakis. So those ones, they are legends. So you cannot compare those ones with the Ancelottis, the Morinos, and the Mancinis of this world, right? So we see that Guardiola has stepped up to be that living light in terms of raising the new sets of coaches into the modern game. So let's pause there. Let's pause there. And let's focus on Chelsea, because in this conversation, nobody said they don't see even Chelsea going to Europe next season.
Confused.
Right? And the question here is, Todd Bowley has made huge investment then and now. Are those investments driven by the challenges they have in Chelsea? Or it's more of money laundering, just because I don't understand. You had João Felix, you had Modric, you had money Madueke, you had Fofana, you even had Koulibaly. He's literally buying everybody up. I even heard that Victor Osimhen is on his radar. What's happening in Chelsea?
Let's stick to football. It's not money laundering. I think you're just trying to force it. If you buy the best guys available,
and you don't blame him. Chelsea
and actually buying young boys. Yeah. That's the truth. Buying young boys. But I think one of Chelsea's problem is that I've not seen a team that has so much lackluster players together. Like they play very, like they're not motivated. I'm missing that word now.
Does it have to do with the coach?
Is it the player or the
it's
coach?
Not the coach, it's the player now. I think it's the player.
Does it have to do, is it that they don't have that coach that would galvanize the team?
No, I think it's the player. Their last game, João Felix was like the best player. He showed that he wanted to really put in the work, and he put in the work to the point that he got a red card for putting in the work. But that's where someone like Osimhen comes in. So if you have a player like Osimhen that is always driven, he wants to do something, he wants to prove himself in the game, even if he's not scoring, he wants to work for his team. You would see that result. But Ziyech is way too... He plays too relaxed. They play like nothing's at stake. They just play casually. They're very casual players. And that's what Chelsea needs to get rid of. Have very serious-minded players that want to put in the work, not casual players.
Charles?
So maybe the new players would bring in more competition, and maybe that's what they need. So sometimes when there's that story of the monkeys when you keep changing. So maybe this new set of players coming in with motivation and hunger might be the ones that will make the rest sit up. And I think technically, he's looking at the next season.
Because these are young boys. Yeah, so these are young boys. I think looking at.
So for this season, it's done and dusted for Chelsea. They'll try to remain in the EPL top 10. They are buying everybody as much as possible. But does that
which is good
does that mean Graham Potter might also leave? Just checking.
I didn't think they should have let go of the
coach.
Tuchel.
They shouldn't have let
Tuchel was. I think that was for me. I felt that was a big.
Should have stayed with Tuchel, give him more time to build, because he was already building. Should have stayed with him to build, like what Arsenal did with Arteta. Give him time to build.
No, it's an Arsenal philosophy, just so you know.
So you should have stayed with
just an Arsenal philosophy.
But I think going with the Potter was like a step down for them.
Yeah, so they have to be patient. They have to wait. They have to wait for him to grow.
So you don't see him being fired?
I'll be surprised because they've started buying players. So it might be technically good for them.
Expect him to build the players he's buying. So
it might be giving one more season maybe.
So that's it on Chelsea, on Todd Bowley's investment. And one thing that both of you said, it's not money laundering. If it's in the Nigerian context, you're like, it's money laundering. But yeah, let's see it like. Another thing that, also popped up this week is the Ronaldo Messi. Is it friendship now or rivalry? Because the fan sees it as rivalry, but these two guys are friends, right? So just checking, just with you here. So Ronaldo, Messi, is there real competition in the individuals, or they both respect themselves? Because just before the start of the game, I saw Ronaldo go, give a pat on the back to Neymar, Mbappe, and also Messi. So why do their fans make it seem as if It's the
Remember
war
now.
of two lords.
Remember-
Wars of
remember
two
what-
lords.
So maybe 5 years ago,
Mm.
maybe 10 years ago. But at this stage,
Was there really beef between both of them?
they had good competition, which was very
Ronaldo
healthy.
always admits that. Ronaldo just tries to. He always said he just wants to be the best.
Yeah.
He's really not competing with Messi. He just wants to be the best.
He was his worthy rival. It's
Messi
something we
too
call
was
worthy
doing it
rival.
too. And
He
Ronaldo says that
he
about
helps him,
Yeah.
and he made him a better version. So let's say at this stage, there is no more. It's like they've been playing a finite game. So at this stage, there is no more competition. So it's like my friends came to my league because there was no way we saw them going to that league. We assumed it had ended.
The Arab have been doing that now recently. They just create this small league, small competition for teams to invite teams to come and play.
Mm.
So it's
Like the Super Cup, the
Yeah.
Spanish Super Cup that they play.
Okay,
in
that's true.
Saudi
So-
Arabia, so.
So maybe coming together was like, so this was like, at this stage, it's no more, it's no more for the money, it's for the business. At this stage, it's like,
It's for the mullah. It's
No,
for
no,
the,
no,
it's-
it's
it doesn't
for
have a
the-
choice anymore.
Yeah.
The World Cup is there.
yeah. but it gives us good memories because they still remain, their competition still remains one of the best,
Mm.
one of the best. And they killed several people's career, footballers. Because as long as they remain on the top, several people never came close.
The mistake was that I think a lot of guys did not step up.
Yeah. No, the height was much.
No, but if they are pushing as much work as Ronaldo puts in, like a Neymar does
But a
as
Luka
much.
Modric,
Tried. But so you see,
like a Luka Modric, he didn't try. He got the world best even during the era of these
Yeah, of
guys,
these
right?
guys,
So you had a Luka Modric. It's a Lewandowski. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. COVID here.
You come in here, but I think from what I hear you guys say is the fact that yes, Messi was a catalyst for Ronaldo's improvement in the game,
and the other way around.
and vice versa. And
I think it was vice versa. I think it was just one way.
I think it was one way because in this climb there's what you call ability.
Messi really talks
An
about-
ability. Ability is that it was inborn.
Oh, yeah.
For Messi, it's inborn.
Inborn.
Ability
Yeah.
is for Ronaldo. He had to put in the work. That is
Yeah.
why you will never hear Messi say, "I'm putting in the work," because
Doesn't say-
it is
doesn't
because
talk about that. He just plays casually,
it
just
is
does
in
that.
there. It's not that I'm a Messi fan, so you know.
No, it's okay.
I am also still pained now that Argentina won the World Cup. So you know. So you know. So it's not that I'm a Messi
It's
fan.
what had to happen.
I can imagine Ronaldo fans play.
So, but as it is, good showing.
Yeah.
But another thing that I'm beginning to see is that the Arabs or the guys from the Middle East are trying to, throwing so much money in football and bring football to meet them, because
Yeah.
that is what I also saw.
Yeah.
With the panache and the grand style in which that game, nobody would see it as a friendly. Somebody would think it's like the World Cup final and all. They put in everything to it. Are we seeing a shift whereby the the rich oil boys in Middle East can literally pull the best of the best to their place?
So I think after the World Cup, so many things opened. We saw the beauty of the Middle East, and there are rumors that the Saudis are eyeing the World Cup future. So maybe this is like they're beginning to say, and with the revelation with that interesting documentary about FIFA, it's clear that money plays a strong role, and it's not called money completely. It's called other names.
Yeah.
It's called other names.
In this client, we call it corruption and bribe.
No, it's called stakeholder
management.
So
So
they understand that, and FIFA needs money, and the Middle East has money, and football is a beautiful game that is run by money, and somehow we both exchange what we have, and we make the game interesting. So I think that's what's happening.
But it started with Asia. They were not that started buying the big boys from Europe to come to their leagues. They hosted the World Cup then too.
Yeah.
I think the Arab countries now came and overtook them.
Yeah.
Then they started paying more money.
Yeah.
But they started buying teams in Europe.
Yeah.
In Europe, yeah.
Which Asia did not do. I think Asia at the point now even stopped.
Yeah.
Getting so much outsiders to stock to their own players, develop their own players themselves. But I think Arab just came and overtook Asia.
Asia. So it has moved from Asia to the Middle East. So very soon it'll come to Africa, right?
Depends on what we have on the table.
You are ready.
Depends on what we
Like
have
we
on
have
the
the
table.
Dangotes
It
now.
starts with
Like
building your league first. It starts with building your league first, and that's
Yeah.
what Asia did. The Middle East team they built their league. Africa is not building their league yet.
We don't have
Okay.
a league apart from in
CAF. We have the CAF Champions League.
Yeah,
which
so
is not-
I think it's still
I think
Egypt.
it's still
Egypt and still
underfunded, yeah.
Morocco.
so
still
Egypt, South
owns-
Africa, maybe Morocco.
South Africa, yeah.
South Africa won the league. So it shows that when you invest in football,
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
the result. Back then,
True.
back then, they
Mm.
won the CAF Champions League twice
Back
because
to
they had
back.
investments.
Mm.
As soon as that investment left, they went down.
The club
And
left.
South Africa too. They had good investments in their league, and they won the CAF Champions League too.
I think they also won it back to back. The CAF Champions.
I know they
League.
won. I know they won. So I think it's just Africa needs to wake up and start investing in its league and start attracting, like our old boys that finished playing in Europe, Nigerian players. They should come and play,
Come back and
the league.
in the
which doesn't happen in Nigeria especially. So
yeah, the few that came back, I think they even said it was cost for them. I know that.
so the league needs serious investment.
I know that. What's the Musa? What's Ahmed Musa came back to play for Kano Pillars, and I think that was a very interesting experience.
But that also failed.
You understand? There was a time there used to be an Etimesin who toured the world, then came back to play for Eagle Cement, and it just ended in a crazy. Anyway, let's don't go there. That's not our conversation. So before we run, and guys, so look, as we've been talking, look, make your comments, right? We want to hear from you. All this that we've talked about, the EPL, will it stand as it is, or will there be a surprise coming before the end of the season? What's your thought around Chelsea? Todd Bowley's investment, is it cynical? Is it strategic? Or just like I said, is it money laundering for the game? And Ronaldo, Messi, just to hear your thoughts around it. Are they friends? The rivalry? Is it age that is bringing them together now, or what? Good to hear from you. And we are also super excited that, if you want to be part of anybody here, please just join us and just drop a message for us there. Now, one more thing before we leave. Let's go to Spain. Okay. Madrid won the league last season. We also saw that Barca did some kind of investment. By the end of the season, I know that you guys have preference in one of the clubs, but let me hear from you guys. Where will La Liga swing to? Is it Nou Camp or the Bernabeu?
Let's get an inconsistent. As well as inconsistent, Madrid is inconsistent. They're inconsistent. So they will play a very good game today. Next match, you wonder, those guys played the last game now. Where are they? So they're not inconsistent at all. You can't even see. And they're so close now in terms of points. I think it's about 1 or 2 points.
2 points, yeah.
So I can't say. I'm a Barcelona fan, but I can't say. I can't trust that Barcelona squad to be consistent.
True. I think Xavi is still learning on the job. He's still making some. I'm a strong fan of Xavi, but somehow.
Secondary school boy mistake or
No. I think it's common because let's say Barca is his first big club, so there's some things that gets clear after.
Just like Arsenal is Arteta's big club.
Yes.
No, I think it's the players now, because I remember Guardiola played with Barcelona. But it went from the academy,
the feeder team to,
and they did extremely well. I think it's the players now. I think footballers, I don't know, understand their level of commitment and motivation.
So this is why I say this. There's some players that sometimes you're like, why do you have to use a Torres? Sometimes you so he has a strong team that sometimes he's like, I'm like, and this guy should be on the bench, and because you have a strong squad that should execute this. And what it finally does is that in the beginning it's about the competition, but somehow you can't imagine how a Barca team will beat a Real Madrid, and a Real Madrid would finally go out and beat everybody and come back and find it hard to beat a Barca. So somehow it's been like that. But I feel at the end of the season he would have had his eyes would get clearer. But like you said, it's uncertain. But it would be good if it comes to come, because it would give them ego pride. I think they just won their first title in the.
That's a friendly title.
It's a friendly title, but what it does for players like that,
it motivates them and it boosts their morale.
And beating Real Madrid is like a title on its own.
Okay.
If you beat Madrid, it's like you won the cup. So.
But eventually, the was at least proving himself.
Yeah.
to score Madrid. If you don't score Madrid, you're just a waste.
Yeah. So it's an open but written for Barca.
I think Barcelona have gotten the backline secured now. I think that one on
goalkeeper and backline. Yeah. So
Ronaldo is back. Kunde is finally settled in.
Yeah.
Christensen is an amazing.
I think he got better with Barca.
Yeah. So Christensen, is it the flop from Chelsea?
So the guy at Chelsea didn't see his potential.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the guy at Chelsea.
We have options for our left back. There's a Baude that plays very. If you need that speed, Baude. If you need composure and experience, you bring in Jordi Alba. So.
Okay, interesting.
And it's an interesting Barca team.
I'm sorry, Gavi and Pedri.
You know,
My only problem now is De Jong. I don't understand that guy. I think he holds the ball too much, and his replacement is Kessie. And Kessie comes sometimes just confused on the pitch.
I think they're not playing him well. Maybe
then Busquets is still showing that he's not ready.
Is that old wine? Yeah. Okay.
Not showing that he's ready. But Gavi and Pedri.
So are we seeing Gavi and Pedri? Are we seeing the Xavi and Iniesta?
Yeah.
Kind of a replica of Xavi, Iniesta in Gavi and Pedri.
And they have like forever to go. They have like 5-10 years.
More than. Those guys are 18 and 20.
So you can imagine if they play consistent and the team gives him an opportunity to have fun.
Well, so and again, if we can have a Dembele step up, Rafinha step up.
Is it the same Dembele you said that depending on his first touch will determine how he plays?
So against Madrid, the first was good.
Okay.
So the good thing is that Dembele in France is. Maybe I don't know, but when it comes to Barca, he has to step up. He has no choice but to step up.
He has been very inconsistent this season.
So
I'm hoping if Dembele steps up, Rafinha steps up, Lewa will do very well.
Yeah.
So I think they are positioning Lewa.
And Torres always comes on the bench.
Leave Torres. That will never do anything. He will never do anything.
All right. So I know that there's so many interesting matches to watch out for this weekend. There is the Liverpool Chelsea. I also know there's going to be the Arsenal,
Manchester United.
Yeah, Manchester United, and
luckily for Arsenal, I think Arsenal also had luck on their side. Lost Casemiro.
Yeah, they lost. For this game. So
aside from momentum, motivation, luck too plays a good.
Also plays is a determining factor. So and I hope the Man U fans like Ogatos in here understands that
that's Arsenal's chance again.
That Arsenal miracle. That this is Arsenal's season. For all my Man U friends, just know that this is Arsenal season. All right. So with that, so thank you guys again for watching us. Hanging with us and also listening to us. Just like we always say, hit the subscribe button to be part of new content that comes out of SportsConvos. Until we get to see you by this time next week, it is peace. Out.